Good morning, beautiful family. Let me show you what is happening here today. I hope you're well and sharing here out of life from the water, from the deeply anchored in the primordial dark. And we have the magpie lark in the nest today. It's there. This masterpiece they have built. They have moved in. I'm feeling I'm moving also deeper into my body. And let's have a look at this beautiful soul from our winged nation. He has the coolest hairdo. So amazingly made to fish and to get his food, and his eye looks amazing, so yellow. Very, very beautiful. Haven't seen him here, so some new energies this morning. As the trees are shedding, where the phoenix tree has shed a bit more layers, stripping the flames. Grounding in these intense energies. Some beautiful harmonizing, grounding horse energy. Observe this little friend here a bit longer. He is such a cool dude. Isn't nature amazing? All the different expressions. It's like us when we free out of the limitations and express who we truly are, our pure essence. Sit in here today by the water. What I'm just feeling. It's calling here. I'm gonna sit on these roots, on this root network. It's moist in here by the water, under these trees, under these beautiful paper barks. Very magical. Hello, Marinella. Beautiful to see you, sister. Let me show you the magpie lark. Started with this. They're in the nest. They have moved in. Seem to be sitting on the eggs now, or whatever they're doing. They have moved into the house. Where is it there? Very beautiful, and they take turns. One goes out, hunts, and then the other one, and they take turns, just like they did when they built. And I'm here by the water, this beautiful stream, and there's this amazing, beautiful soul here with the coolest hairdo. He's so beautiful. Our winged nation is here, and the beautiful horse energy. And I've just sat down here on this root network to deeply connect, putting my base on these roots and feeling out of my coccyx, deeply connecting to the core of matter, the core of earth, the dark core that's in my center, that is at the center, and anchoring myself with my body in it. It's my energy. Out of that I grow, I rise, and also rise into the light. But that is what nourishes me, that deep, dark, primordial energy, the matter, as I'm merging my spirit and my matter, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, my formless with my form, with this body. And yeah, water, this beautiful water. I was just in my mindscape, which is a space I learned to build up. That was 20 years ago now. Where I see, where I do remote sessions in. It's a field of consciousness. I tuned into the frequency of this water, how it has changed me, how it has changed my whole field, how this water is made in a machine from Japan, and the founders are in Okinawa, and the little turmeric capsules that have grown in the return to origin water also coming from there. And these have opened codes in me, and they are the phoenix codes as well. And I just became aware of that yesterday. You can dive deeply into that if you are also feeling the phoenix energy. The phoenix energy from Japan. It's spelled H-O with a dash on top, like a slash, a minus sign, and then a minus sign and another O with a minus on top. So ho-o, I think that's how you speak it. But the phoenix energy, the phoenix tradition, the mythology is very much linked, very much rooted in Japan. And I have a fascinating connection with Japan. The first time also I heard about Hokkaido, and when I meet Japanese people, and the people, my sister and brother whom I met through parenting, who have guided me, who have sent out the call of this village where I live in. He was Japanese, so I have deep connections to Japanese. And when Japanese people pop into my life, always codes open up. And so with this water, there is no coincidence that I am drinking from this water machine that ionizes the water in a very integral way and restructures it so that it's micro-clustered and deeply comes into my cells. I haven't been sick since drinking it. That's nearly 2 years now. And my frequency has been changing. So I was just feeling into that so deeply, how that has been part of my embodiment. And it takes a real shift. So at first people are turned off, and I was too many years ago, 8 years ago or so. I didn't want to buy it because I felt it was too expensive. I felt I could just buy a cheaper water filter and that would do it, and that it was nonsense and that it was a gimmick and that my body could do it itself. But now, having drunk it for 2 years, I'm feeling the vortex in the water. I'm feeling the connection of all that is involved with it, as we are also turning the flow of money, aligning that back to water, out of our conditioning of hoarding it, of holding on to it, of saving for a rainy day. If money is flowing, we don't have to hold on to it and let others suffer, our families or whatever, while we are hoarding it. That's the whole distribution in the whole world. And there is so much happening with water. Yesterday I read too that Australia has been selling like deep water reserves, and they haven't been replenished and so on. So that if that keeps going, that will stop a lot of the waterfalls and all of that. Like the water consciousness in our society is really calling to shift, because water is life. This is just coming through now, as you can hear. This is some new stuff when I'm speaking. I'm really bringing this down right now, as I'm just coming out of also tuning in and feeling really into my body, how the water, deeply feeling into the water, and how this has been also shifting, working with the frequency devices that are just a stronger earth energy and a stronger light of life energy, and they are working differently with my water molecules in my body. So everything has risen in awareness again, and my feeling for the water is coming from a even more embodied place now. So I need to drink again. Water is not just water. And I get it. I used to believe that too. I used to believe that I just needed water, pure water, filtered water. And then I woke up more to, I had the Zen filter, which let it flow over rocks and all of that. But the difference was that was really good, and that was such an upgrade. But it sits in there. It's too stagnant for where I'm at now. So this is just for me. And if you resonate, you know it. I just share what is happening in my body. It was too stagnant because it sits in there. Whereas this water, it's called the return to origin water. Return to origin is kangen in Japanese. It flows, and when I pour it in a glass, it actually comes in a spin. The whole water comes in a spin. And that's also something I've only just become aware of. So there's a continuous waking up, because my water codes are waking up from being so deeply, waking up by being so deeply hydrated. And these frequencies that this water holds, and this machine is built with such integrity. Everything, even the boxes, come from one place. I know, I have so deeply been feeling it, and the integrity is so deep, also of the founders that have been creating this and how it's being shared, so that we are getting healthy and also aligning money with water, that we don't need to struggle and suffer. And in these times today, where I live in my village, and myself too, I know many people used to have no worries about money, very steady, good income, and then an injury hit or something, life change hit, and gone, stopped. The flow stopped. because when we are the only, if we stop and there's no money flowing, we can lose our home, we can lose our life in a way. It's very dangerous. It's all good when it's good, but it's very dangerous when it stops. That's what I'm observing with many. Also where I live, we were suddenly forced, because we are all owning together property, 144 lots, and we are owning the whole property, the whole common land. So we need to take care of common property, which are our roads, our bridge, our wastewater treatment plant, everything. Imagine how we rise through that, because we need to share our resources. Our resources are our energy, our love, our money, our communication, skills, our whole energy, because we live there together. We are also often faced with unpredictable costs. So something breaks, like we had a wastewater treatment upgrade we needed, so suddenly each lot was faced with $20,000 and more extra. How do you do that if there is no money flow, especially in this current situation, while at the same time suddenly food doubled in cost or tripled or more, house insurance doubled or tripled or more, car insurance, car repair costs, and suddenly the car breaks down, $7,000, $8,000 or so. Car, body breakdown, whatever, everything. What happens then if there's no money flow? Overwhelm can be a knockout. It can ruin everything. And then everything we've built for, I've been hearing from many people, they have worked hard all their life, hard, continuously, had good money, suddenly gone. So this is a new way of aligning money, aligning water, aligning money with water, aligning everything with our soul, with our origin, and us returning to origin, also with the return to origin water. Yeah, this is a deep vision that's coming from the wellspring of the holy dark, which I started this transmission with. I changed that in my little Facebook bio as well, because I'm anchored in that. That's not the old way of MLM, multi-level marketing. No, it's monadic living money, monadic, many loves, what is the other M for? Yeah, I'm shifting all these words around, because we are having to come together, like within our body. If my heart doesn't work with my gut brain and my head brain, there's isolation happening. If my arm doesn't work together with my leg, when the coordination matrix is out, it dislocates. I had that in my body, shoulder dislocated, while I was in a big process. And my coordination matrix was out, and just my shoulder dislocated. So this is what happens when we are clicking out of the group matrix, which is happening left, far, and right, has been for years. But we need to all come back in and click back in. We are one body, we are one family, one life, one love. It's not multi-level, it is mycelium. Yeah, it's like a mycelium life. The next M again. Yeah, I'm repatterning all these words, because it's like a stream of water. And in this water here, there are many plants, there's many ducks coming into this water, many birds. That's why the beautiful larks have built their nest over this, over this stream now. She's sitting in there, or he, they take turns. And yeah, so everything is, I'm deeper embodying also with the frequency devices, and the frequency devices from hourly life, this is the same. They are also shared from direct sharing, because we need to experience it. And that's a newer company, that's everybody, there's a lot of energy and powerful testimonials, and that can seem hyper, but it's ecstatic, because this is how life wants to flow together, sharing and helping each other. There's so many people that haven't been able to walk or ride their bike or share because they've been too depressed and going through so much hardship, and they put their feet on the machine, or they merge their body with the machines, and they have a shift very quickly. That's needed. And that is such joy to see people who have been really disabled, and with that I don't mean like disabled, but not able to function properly, so being in a dysfunction, and we all have been in that because we've been in the conditioning to pop out and live again. And then we share that, and through that the biggest change that is happening is people are connecting, and that's how this all is shared, through connection. The frequency devices, we share them in meetings where people come together and they share the frequencies and the energies. They talk and they meet and they share and they revive. And the water as well. The water is all together. Not just one drop, but it's many drops, deeply hydrating, waking the whole body up. So these streams flowing together, helping humans, and through us living fully again, we can be with Earth, we can be with the animals, and we can be with Earth, and then we can take care of the waters of the Earth. And there is so much coming out. Even the wind turbines, which are such a disaster for nature, they found that there's asbestos in the plates, in the base. There is so much toxicity in the earth. Thank you, sister. Thank you for being on. I feel your energy and I'm very grateful. You always come on in the powerful transmissions. We are just both, I know you and I, we are vessels for source. And as Blu-rays, very sensitive, and we are here bringing this through together, and I deeply appreciate you, our deep wisdom that we both carry, and that we are opening deeper and deeper to share and share together. And it's such an honor and joy to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time while you're getting ready for your appointment. And and then this energy will flow also into where you go next, where I go next. It will flow into this day. The beautiful energy from this tree and from the primordial dark, from the core of the black hole of our womb. We carry that inside of us as women, in our womb. And I'm just about to really deeper reprogram the womb energy with the frequency device that's called the Shaken, that has just been released. And Shaken is also related to when our Kundalini energy comes fully online. There's a shaking that's happening in the body. And sometimes as we embody, we can feel these waves in our womb. It can pulse all the time, very gently. And the Shaken is bringing the PEMF, the earth energy and the light of life, and the frequencies it works with, the warmth and the my intention that I'm setting with it, it's going to deeply help shift the programming in the sacrum, whatever is still there, in the womb, in the ovaries, in the bladder, the whole nervous system in there, that has been so, that's for me feels one of the last bits to really deeply shift, because the physiology comes last. I feel so shifted in consciousness and belief systems and so on, awareness, everything, but my physiology is now very grateful, has been grateful for this water, has been grateful for these frequency devices. So this shaken, we can, it's a belt that we put on our, on our lower belly and on the sacrum as well. We can turn it around and have it on the back. And with that I'm going to deeply, I feel it already, it hasn't arrived yet, but I'm feeling it already. But when it will arrive, it will go even deeper. Because that nervous system in the pelvic bowl, we as women have been holding so much. How much have we been taught to hold it all together? I'm noticing that in my mother, she cannot deal with me when I'm falling apart, because she and we have had to hold it all together. So, but I am a chain breaker and an ancestral curse breaker. I have been needing to fall apart. So this softening also deeply in our nervous system and in the pelvic bowl and in organs like our bladder makes me almost cry. Yeah, lifelong, many women have had a lot of stuff going on, because that's where we also absorb it and hold it. You know, the bladder. I don't know how many percentage, but as far as I've heard, there's like 90% of women or so who have problems. Not problems, but who, from holding too much, the bladder is overstressed and dealing with incontinence or urgency, all of these different things. Yes, thank you, beautiful Lakis. Oh, the kookaburra is coming in, and oh my God, this is beautiful. Look at this dance. Yeah, they're dancing to our end of this. It's an end. We need to shift this, really. It's an end of our suffering. We cannot, and then the menstruation pain over years and years and years. This device is really helping with that as well. And then the hormonal shifts that we have had to go through all our life, balancing and harmonizing that. Thank you, Kookaburra. Thank you, Lux. Oh, look at this beautiful, divine transmission from these two. He's looking into the camera now to us. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Marinella. You are also always, your energy also always, the animals come in when you are there. Ah, wasn't that beautiful? Yeah, so, I almost want to, I love to pee now here into this ground and into the primordial dark. And as I'm sharing this, I'm feeling everything inside releasing. And this is a deep, deep job. So these frequency devices and this water and the turmeric capsules, they are my allies. They are helping with inflammation, and they are helping with circulation and with a deep reprogramming, really now in the physiology. I've been doing so much work on that all my life, and especially the last 20 years consciously, with all different healing sessions that have been helping so much. But there is still this last bit, and I'm getting this now with this shaken, with this beautiful belt, especially targeting that region. This is going to be a game changer for many, many, many of us. And as forerunners, we have to experience it first. I was also feeling into that this morning with body talk. That was very new when I began with it, and and many didn't know about it. It was always called the medicine of the future, energy medicine and so on. And then it grew and grew. And now that's 20 years ago already. So now it's more known, and now it's already, yeah, it's always running, and I always work with it. It's based on dynamic system theory, and yeah, I always transmit with that whole setup, which is so related to our origin. It is our origin, just like this water. It's all linked, all linked. All how we return to our origin. And our origin as women also is not to hold it all together and to be strong. Our origin is to flow and to not dim ourselves, to not hold back. So in the bladder too, holding back, the stress of holding back is too much stress, and then the function is like urgency and confusion in the bladder. In our whole water system, kidneys as well, the kidneys need to filter, but we are so bombarded by toxins. So yes, I have shifted 2 years ago to the highest water quality, and I am still shifting that. Early this year I upgraded my pre-filters to make it even more powerful. And then I have the Kangen machine, which up to date is, in my awareness and in my knowledge, in my guidance, is the highest quality water. Yes, and there are new things coming on the market. And Holy Life is also bringing out a water machine, but I haven't got experience yet, and I'm still very linked. And I'm still getting this strong connection to Japan, to this couple that have been Mr. Oshiro and his wife. And we are tapping into all these vortexes, connecting with all these beings that are aligned with us, that we are all working together and flowing together. It's not one or the other, it's all and the other. And that's how we are also getting more strong. Yeah. It doesn't have to all come from one person. That's what I've also learned in mothering. We separated 13 or 14 years ago, or 15, however long it is now. But through that, my children have more mothers. They had a richer family life because there are more people. Not just dad and mum, but more mums, more grandmothers. There's more. Yeah, and if we are greedy and jealous and possessive, which comes also from dehydration and the wrong water that doesn't really hydrate us, then we are locked in. And now we need to also open up. I live in a community with so many people. We are continuously growing to communicate with each other, to find better solutions. At the moment also, we are still operating on that there is a certain, the body corporate makes decisions, what needs to be fixed and all of that, but there's no full connection to, can the people living here actually afford that right now? And this is what is happening also in the governments, right? We are getting bombarded with costs and land rates, and the government spends it on all these things like fences and bushes and wind turbines and all of this stuff that we don't even want, that are not even good for us. There isn't the connection. What about the people? How about for all these billions we give everybody a Kangen machine and get everybody to have good water? And there are people who have billions and billions. They could give every family a Kangen machine, for example. Now that's a vision. They could give every family a P90 so that everybody can get alive. And then everybody begins generating money, and then everybody has money instead of just Elon Musk or whoever, right? So there's no proper distribution right now. There's also some countries that are dying of hunger and thirst, whereas others are in overflow. And right now the whole world is being bombarded with storms and earthquakes and all these freak stuff, We had a massive storm yesterday, and in some parts here of Queensland we had hail that was the size of bigger than a hand. Roofs ripped off, no warning, and so on. So anyway, this is really highly uncertain times. Everything is uncertain, but what is certain is love, our own direct link with Source, our direct link with the dark energy of matter. If we are anchored in that, our life, our love, our origin. Yeah. Love is the only constant. Yeah. And so when we align everything with love and soul, then that also becomes all more constant. Oh, I have goosebumps to that. Up my spine. Yeah, and all the time, if you have watched my sharings, it comes through clearer and clearer. And I'm not shifting. This is a deeply rooted vision that I have. That doesn't come from a flimsy, oh, I want money or so. No, this comes from a deep guidance out of the holy well of the dark and out of the light. This is a deep guidance from God, from Source, from Great Spirit. And we don't need to use names that lead people into separation. Someone calls God Allah, someone says God. It doesn't matter. That's why I like Source or the primordial, dark, or origin, our origin. This is all about return to our origin. Yeah, this is also us coming together, drinking the same water, sharing it. Yeah, we are stronger together. Sharing it first with our body, so we need to revive, so we even get that and can go out and share it. And then sharing it with our mothers and our fathers, our siblings. And from the inside, our inner core and our inner circle, we go further out. Yeah, our family, our animals, and then we go further out. So, if you're feeling that, yeah, you know. Then you know where I am. So, I'm covered in shivers and the wind has picked up, and yeah, I cannot but not share this. And this is coming deep from my roots. Deep. And I'm deeply shifting all the old programs. And the programs in the feminine lineage especially, that we need to shift in our womb. Mine are very deep, linked back to great-grandmother. My great-grandmother was an orphan at 12, and then she started to work as a carer, so abandonment by her parents. At 12, I at 11 lost my brother, also big loss. But then my grandmother, she carried that from her mother, and then she was an only child, so she got a lot. It was like a recovering. And then my mother, she was born as a third child, and when my mother was a baby, my grandmother was overwhelmed, and my grandmother said sometimes she left her in the hallway to cry because she couldn't deal with everything. She couldn't feed too much. So another abandonment. And then that carries deep in the womb, in the bladder, in the pelvic bowl. And then when I came, my mother couldn't feed me. She didn't have enough breast milk for me. And then at that time in the early 70s, 73, they were then manipulating that. Instead of guiding the mother to the more you feed, the more milk comes, they were starting to give a bottle immediately and put the baby on a cycle and so on. And recently I really felt that wound, that my longing was to just get from mother, get the food from mother, and she didn't have. So abandonment and malnourishment early set in. So with the water, I've been healing that. I've been healing that through my children as well. I could feed them abundantly until they didn't want to anymore from my body. That's how I healed my body. And now I'm receiving here my nourishment from Mother Earth, from the frequency, from the water, from the earth. So deep, deep programs. But in my physiology, in the nervous system, in the DNA, that's still in there. So with these frequency devices, now I'm going deeper and deeply unraveling that, linked with my sessions, with my body talk, with the consciousness. So I target the energy, the frequency, and guide it with unraveling these programs that sit in there. And the water. So it's powerful, and I'm doing that for me, for my daughter. She doesn't carry that anymore already. And then also for the whole earth. This is going into the grid here. Yeah. And all I share and all I come in contact with, I transmit that. And then people who get it deeper and who want to go deeper, they will feel, do I need to also have these frequency devices? Do I need this water? But everybody has to feel it themselves. I'm here with the horses, and I can lead them to water, but I can't make them drink. They are teaching me all the time that I can't make them do anything. They come to me. They come to me when they want to be touched. They come when they want to, when they want my energy with them. And otherwise they don't come. And this is deep consent that we are also reprogramming out of the conditioning of you should, I tell you what to do, I tell you what you should. No, our discernment needs to kick in, and we each know what we need. Yeah, we can tell others about it, and oh, this might help you, have a try, but we cannot tell anyone what to do. Yeah. So, okay. Let's drink some more water and letting this beautiful water talk, and the plants. And yeah, this beautiful magpie lark is sitting in the nest and dropping us into stillness now. Yeah. Thank you for all you are doing as well, in stripping the programs, stripping the layers. Yeah. Turning to origin. Talking. There's all the sound of the insects and the birds and the humming of life. Tuning up our body. And when we come to land we live on, communities we are in, water bodies we meet, it's an indigenous practice. They were doing that without even thinking. They went to the water also. They go to the water and introduce themselves. We know we do that with people. Oh, hi, this is so-and-so, and hi, I'm so-and-so. But we actually can do that with trees, with water, with land portals. Introducing ourselves, bringing ourselves to life, meeting all these sentient beings. Yeah, deeply reconnecting, connecting. hugging trees is actually really normal, is really necessary, is really healthy. Speaking with water and animals and yeah, all of life is so normal. And yeah, as children we knew, and this is a return to innocence. Yeah. Wishing you a very innocent and beautiful day with your inner child online and your pure divine essence. Yeah, no shame, no guilt, just living with life. Thank you Trevor also for coming on. Beautiful to feel your energy, and thank you both. Beautiful flow this morning. Yeah. So much love and to a joyful day. Some ease coming also. Saturn is turning out of the retrograde very soon, and yeah, we have this powerful constellation. When I go to bed at night, I see through the window Venus and Mercury together. And yeah, anyway, powerful time we are in. Thank you. Yeah, lots of love to you too. And yeah, let's have one last drink together. Deeply, deeply going into the roots. I'm feeling the roots now in the pelvic bowl. All our spinal roots of our whole, all the vertebrae, all our brains, the brain stem, deep systemic hydration. Yeah, it's a humid day here today, very hot. Yeah, I'm very grounded. I have no car right now until, however, in a few days. So utilizing that to ground deeper in. Yeah, I see you soon. Thank you. And always, of course, we are seeing each other in the quantum field.